Hello everybody, Taylor Davis back here again, another listing on Bring a Trailer. This one's a little bit different. This is actually my personal vehicle. So this is a 2007 short sport. This vehicle is going to be purchased directly through me, not through the dealership, but I felt that this is representative of our channel, so I wanted to, or I guess our platform, so wanted to just sell it using our established name on Bring a Trailer. Just to say hello, Taylor Davis. Just doing a little video here late at night in the shop. Wanted to show the condition of this car. I think it comes across in pictures, but it comes across even better in person. I bought this car off of Cars and Bids last year. I had always wanted an E38, had to be a short sport, so basically ended up purchasing the vehicle off of Cars and Bids, and now I'm moving on to something else and bought a house, so I have a lot of other commitments, so she's got to go, unfortunately. When I bought the car, it was in really good condition. It had won some awards at car meets, I know, from the previous owner. He has other E38s. He really cares about the cars. It's funny, got a new 7 in the background right there. But yeah, so basically, you know, he had a bunch of other E38s and he took good care of it, but needed a couple things. When the car actually, if you want to look up the, previous listing, when the car got to me, it had some sort of interesting mods. It had like a lip spoiler on the back. It had straight pipe exhaust. It had a Dynan 7 badge, because this car does have some Dynan mods, but I sort of took it back to full OEM. It had spacers as well. Took the spacers out, put a 740 badge on. I used like the exact millimeter measurement. It came out pretty well. Took the lip spoiler off and sourced a stock E38 exhaust and put that back on. So just walking around the car, it's jet black over black. It is a Sport Pack, original Sport Pack car. 2000 was the first year you could get this on the short wheelbase. Well, I guess, and you could get it on both, but basically the Sport Package on the short wheelbase, you got a couple other things, right? So basically you got the M Sport suspension, which you can see in the photos. The Sachs dampers do say M Sport specification on them. You got the M parallel wheels, which is the GOAT, best wheel ever. Then you got the Vivona redwood trim on the inside here, so you see that all over the car. And then basically you get the multi-contour seats as well. And then the short wheelbase, you actually also get the higher stall torque converter and the shorter ratio rear diff, which makes a difference in the way the car accelerates. So you're just walking around. The paint, honestly, is in really, really good shape. Not a lot to report. The hood, I do believe, has been repainted. I'll get a paint meter on it, and you'll see that in the basically in the measurements. But also, the car does have just a sort of a minor clear bra, so just on the front, sort of the top of the hood. Not really much to report in terms of damage or rock chips or anything like that. The car didn't really have any dents. I think it had a few little ones I got taken out when I first got it. Just walking around here, you can see, under the lights, the car really doesn't have much swirl or anything. Its paint's in good shape. There are a couple imperfections I want to point out on the rear. So let's see if I can find them. So right here, it looks like there's some touch up. Right here, a little bit more touch up. I don't know what that is. I think that will buff out, but that is there right now. We got a couple more sort of scratches that you can see were touched up here. And then a couple on the bumper right here and here. Other than that, honestly, all this black plastic is perfect. No scratches, anything. As we continue to go on the side of the car, I'll talk a little bit about what I did to it. So basically, the car came to me. In the photos, it looked like it had no oil leaks, but it's an old BMW. Find one with no oil leaks, good luck. So it had quite a bit of a leak going on from the upper timing cover gaskets. So I did replace those. Had one of my techs actually do it right over here. He is a longtime master tech with BMW, and he really knows what he's doing. So he worked on these when they were new. So he did that for me. Obviously did a bunch of other maintenance, and I'll post the repair orders, but I know that was the big thing. Can't remember if I did valve cover gaskets or not. I might have. But I don't really think there was a leak coming from there. I did OEM pads and rotors front and rear. So, got the brakes up to spec. Other than that, the car honestly runs great. The trans shifts great. Motor pulls really hard. The cool thing is this car, actually I'll pop the hood. It has, like I said, some period Dynan mods. So if we pop the hood here, So also, they all do this on the upper timing covers. I thought about getting them fixed, but I feel like they all do it, and it's just a matter of time. But as you can see in here, there's really nothing. I mean, there's no oil dripping. You can see from the underside photos. Looks like there maybe is a little bit of a seep from the mechatronics seal or the trans, but other than that, I mean, I don't see a drop underneath this car, and it's sat pretty much all winter so far. But like I was saying, Dyne period mods, you got the Dyne cold air intake, which honestly makes some really, really cool sounds. The car sounds great. And then you have the Dyne software. So from what I understand, the car has Dyne transmission software and also Dyne engine software. Okay. Yeah, and just walking around, really is an awesome spec. I have never seen M parallels this clean, by the way. I mean, not a speck on any of them. I mean, it's got the proper sort of finish. So you've got the polished face and then the silver paint on the inside. And I do have a brand new M parallel in the trunk, which if I want to pop this, and I love this. Gotta love that. Got the original window sticker here. Let's see, 67,970. And you can see it's got, so here we go, sport package. M parallel, it's performance tires, axle and torque converter I talked about, Steptronic, sport suspension, contour sport seats, Shadowline exterior trim. Oh yeah, it gets rid of all the chrome trim, the Vivona, and then the M Sport steering wheel, which I'll actually talk a little bit about that when we get inside. But just to lift this up, yeah, you've got a mint M parallel down there. Yeah, she looks good. And then in here, got a pretty complete tool set there. And yeah, just everything in here. I mean, car is really, really clean. And I love this, just goes down. Love it. So then getting on the inside, I'll shut the door to shut this up. So the doors are all in really good shape. All this carpeting down there is great. Everything works in here, honestly, no issues. The only one thing is that the volume knob is a little finicky at times, so I just end up using the steering wheel. I mean, it works, but it just, you can turn it on and off, but it just kind of is a little finicky if you're going to use that for volume. Air conditioning blows, you know, nice and cold. Everything works. No pixels out in here. As you can see, 72,529 miles. That may go up a little bit just because I'm driving it back and forth to where we store it. Heated seats work. The multi-contour seats, everything works. So if we do back and forth, tilt, lumbar is great. And then you also have this button up here, which does that. And then the multi-contour functions right here. And that does the upper backrest, which is awesome. And the passenger seat works flawlessly as well. The trim is all perfect, no cracking in any of the wood. Just a little bit of, like, I guess, fading on the gear knob, but that's it. I mean, everything else is perfect. The car does have a Grom Bluetooth receiver that works great. And then it's cool because it's also got DSP, which is like the, you know, Harman Kardon. So basically, if you go into DSP, you can basically adjust. You have an equalizer, full equalizer. So it actually works pretty well. Just to start it up, we are inside. I'm not gonna let it run too long. I'll do a driving video as well. So you can see, no lights on, anything. Walk around. You can hear it's dead quiet. It's a great car. I am definitely gonna miss it, but it's time for it to you know, go to its new home. So if anybody has any questions, please, you know, feel free to ask. But yeah, it's a good one. Oh, and then one other imperfection. I mean, this area of the taillight looks perfect, but just this is yellowing a little bit. I was probably gonna do new taillights, but didn't feel it was necessary. Oh, and actually one other thing. So the previous owner, he did these LED fogs that are programmable. So I never turn them on. You can actually have them so like you set them to different colors, but I never have messed with them. I just leave them off. But you can, you know, I had them at one point programmed so they kind of looked like halos, and they actually looked pretty cool. But in order to do that, you have to have the fog lights on, so I just don't even really use them. But that's it. I guess if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. But other than that, you know, this car is fully represented. You know, I'm not hiding anything. Back seats are immaculate. One of my detailers, he loves this car, and he got me, I don't know where he found them, but he got me a little footrest. I know those are really for the IL. You got the ashtrays back here. I mean, everything is flawless. I'll just show you the radio works. Oh, and then the steering wheel. He did a E36 M3 steering wheel that's rewrapped, or, you know, E39 facelift steering wheel as well. So just to show you, I don't know if I can do FM. So the radio works, and